Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another cast. Guys, I'm bringing you yet another game between Race and Lemminkainen. This time on Slated Hatred, and this map has been getting a ton of love recently. I guess it's Rock's favorite map for now. EXE and Rock played like a metric ton of games on it. I casted many of them. Some of the games were co-cast with EXE I did. Encourage you to go watch those. They're pretty funny. We had a lot of fun. But this game, it's going to be Race and Lemminkainen. Now, one thing I will say is that Race just put a clinic on Lemminkainen, but that was on Trench Warfare, and that map was not a 1v1 map. That map is huge. I told Race in the chat after that game, after just having spectated it, that I felt like he probably could have beaten Harold on that map. It would be hard for anyone to handle that map as well as he did. So we'll have to see what happens this game. One thing I'll say, Lemminkainen going core like last game, but going leveler first, that's an extremely interesting decision. I don't really know about that. Going a quick leveler. Okay, so Lemminkainen doing something extremely kind of radical here. Not even building a constructor. This is what Lemminkainen loves to do, and he's very good at it. He will simply... he took over 4 mexes. So these 4 mexes and 4 solar panels before he even built a vehicle plant. So mega boosting his eco so that he can pump out this extremely terrifying army. Race has seen this. Race will now know that Lemminkainen is up to something. EXE style, Race says. Now, this is even more aggressive than what EXE generally does. Pumping out 2 levelers as his first vehicles. Guys, levelers are super expensive. They are not a cheap unit on T1, especially right at the beginning of the game. So, Race really needs to handle this effectively, but hold that thought, because Race, with his own rating, and this time he will just have some Jeffies, but Lemminkainen hasn't built any defense at all. These Jeffies are going to find their targets extremely well. 2 mechs is down, and because Lemminkainen did not go constructor first, this is really going to hamper his eco, and now a 3rd metal extractor going to go down. So Race has been very effective with these 3 Jeffies. That is an extremely annoying situation to be in. So Lemminkainen has to get something done here with these levelers. If he does not get a lot of damage done to Race, he is going to be so far behind. But what he has going for him is that these levelers are going to chew through flashes and instigators. Not instigators, weasels and Jeffies and construction vehicles. And even these light laser towers shouldn't offer much of a challenge for Lemminkainen's army. So Lemminkainen has to get something done here, though. He's got to be effective with this because he sacrificed so much early game eco, so much early game expansion to do this, but it has been effective. He's already killed 2 cons with it. He's killed countless metal extractors. These levelers, extremely effective against flashes, and I think Race will finally clean this up. So the only question left after this incredible display of early game aggression by our yellow player is whether or not he got enough damage done to justify what he did here. Oh my god, Lemminkainen with the 2nd wave, this time a huge amount of weasels. This is an unbelievable strategy. Now the thing is, Lemminkainen couldn't do this on the first map because it was too big. So it seems like this is what Lemminkainen loves to do. This is his style, at least from the games I've played and cast of him. He likes to be aggressive early on, cripple his opponent's economy, and then from there try to gain a massive economic lead over his opponent, and just crush them with the weight of his lead, winning a war of attrition, something like that. So, again, Lemminkainen, extremely effective, but this one, Jeffy might get this construction vehicle. Not quite. So as you can see, look, this was Lemminkainen's style. He sacrificed building any cons to build a huge army of levelers and instigators early on. He killed 2 construction vehicles. He got a ton of economic damage done. Killed this, the light laser towers. And now race a little bit on the back foot. Economically, they're pretty even, I guess. But Lemminkainen has 3 construction vehicles out on the map. Now, the issue for him, if we saw last game, is that he has to defend his construction vehicles and his expansions from Race, because Race is already counterattacking. Race knows that he needs to get something done. And does Lemminkainen have a radar? I don't think Lemminkainen's radar is quite close enough to see this. This will catch him by surprise, I think. But he is doing his own rating. A javelin in the mix. Javelin's the arm equivalent to the leveler. They're quite effective on T1. They're like the T1.5 unit. But Lemminkainen throwing up light laser tower. But I will say, this early game between these two legends is much closer than the last game. Lemminkainen really playing to his strengths. The map is much smaller and more defensible than trench warfare. But this attack, oh my god, this attack could be devastating. Lemminkainen, veritable army. Scouts here. Will it be enough to kill the LLT? It might be just enough, but a second LLT will be finished. But hold that thought, because now Race has caught Lemminkainen by surprise. This construction vehicle may live, but this one is dead. And the expansion up here dead as well. So Race's counterattacks absolutely brutal. And very hard to stop, apparently, as he does find the angle that he needs to get Lemminkainen back for what he did earlier in the game. Lemminkainen may even have to bring his commander out. It doesn't look like it. This one pulverizer will stop that, but he's going to have to rebuild up here. And so this game's super back and forth. Both players just absolutely throwing each other into the dumpster and then getting out of the dumpster and throwing the other player back into the dumpster. Extremely scrappy game. Both players being very effective with their rating, but Race with 5 construction vehicles, which 7 construction vehicles, which, considering the situation he was in early game, having lost all of his cons and just having his commander and his vehicle plant, has really bounced back. But is this too greedy? Is that too many construction vehicles? Lemminkainen has a lot of instigators here. Some skirmishes happening in the middle as well, so there's fights happening all over the place. But again, this is what Lemminkainen loves to do, and Race is going to have to perhaps even use his commander to protect himself. Leading Lemminkainen into the light laser tower. And the javelin will outrange the instigators. So, closing in on this force. Look at all these construction vehicles. I swear to God, he's just going to win with cons. Lemminkainen drawing that. That wasn't me. He will draw that line so that he knows where those solars are for future reference. Building some light laser towers of his own this game. But Lemminkainen really needs to keep these cons moving. As you can see, Race's cons are they all have jobs to do. They are all kind of on the warpath. They are building the Sim City world that they need. As you can see, Race is probably given all of these tons of commands, flicking his little heart away. Lemminkainen perhaps has found another approach, but there's 2 light laser towers here. He's repairing the north one, so I think this is going to be enough to stop this. Just barely, and this light laser tower will also survive, so Race now, I think, ahead just because of how many construction vehicles he has, and building light laser towers as if they are going out of style. There is a sale on them right now. They are on clearance, and Race, he is buying them all up, building them everywhere. Look at all of these defenses. So this is kind of the Rock style on this map. I'd love to see Race and Rock play each other because they have a similar style with expanding and defending all at the same time. And once again, Lemminkainen, just with a fraction of the construction vehicles, they are moving around the map, but now being pushed back by a couple flashes that will make it through up there. And this just, it almost feels like playing against an AI. If you play against an AI and Total Annihilation, it kind of feels like this. They sort of build things all over the place. And it's kind of difficult to attack them because they're not like a human. Like humans generally build things in like a logical way like this, right? So you build a couple light laser towers and then you build walls in front of them. You see this, like walls. Hold on, there's a battle happening at the top. So, typically against a human player, you can see what they're doing or like where they're focusing their attention and resources and defenses. Oh no, he doesn't want to lose this con. Oh, he will lose it. That one hero javelin. So frustrating. Oh my god! And Race building mines even. We don't see mines very often in 1v1s or just really ever. But Race was building them there, and one did explode, taking out a few instigators, so I would say that mine layer did his job. Unfortunately, we can't see where the mines are. I think, let's see. Oh, we can. There's a mine right here. So maybe we'll have to see if that gets used. But yeah, now Race even adding mines into his repertoire. But look at this. Like I said, there's just stuff kind of everywhere. There's just light laser towers everywhere, and like the way these are placed, they like kind of cover each other's range so that even if you're killing one, the other ones are hitting you. And look at this. It's so hard to deal with. It's so hard to attack into that. Meanwhile, Race keeping on the pressure on the north side of the map, and God, poor Lemminkainen in a bit of a tricky situation as Race with his army of construction vehicles expanding all over the map, now taking the geos. Even more light laser towers over here. I mean, what do you do against all this? How do you effectively deal with this? Lemminkainen with a decent amount of instigators there. But this style is so impressive. Like, even Rock does not build this many light laser towers, I think, in these sorts of positions, like scattered all over around his base. And building a wall of solars as well. But yeah, you can see the cons just moving around the map, building defenses. Lemminkainen already falling behind economically. Race on 70, looks like 68 metal per second to Lemminkainen's 32. So it is fluctuating a little bit, but Lemminkainen definitely behind. He's now teching to T2. Going K-bots first again. Again, going K-bots first for core, there is some advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is the pyros. That's a great raiding unit. Race knows this is here. I'm sure he saw it on the radar, so he's just going up there to break up that party. Tell the drunk teenagers to go home. And or they're going to arrest him. So Race just letting Lemminkainen know that he knows that he's there. But maybe he has stirred up the hornet's nest because Lemminkainen prepared for a nice push of instigators down the map. And does Race have enough defenses? Now, again, the javelins are good against gators if you can get a critical mass of them. But there's a lot of instigators. These light laser towers will help toward this aggression. Some nano blocking being attempted. This con will die, but Race is now bringing the requisite forces to try and stop this. He will lose one construction vehicle, but the longer that Race can delay this attack, the more time he will have to build what he needs to stop it. You can see he's just kind of wasting Lemminkainen's time, keeping him around the light laser towers. Even if Lemminkainen kills all this, it's really not that much. Just a couple mexes. He did kill a con, but as you can see, Race now building even more and doing some attacks of his own. There is kind of an area of Lemminkainen's base that is totally exposed, and these javelins will get some harassment done. The thing is, Race needs far less units to harass than Lemminkainen does, because Lemminkainen doesn't have as many defenses. Now building warriors as well, and warriors are just like the ARM Riot K-bot. They're so effective against these instigators. And now this one will certainly die. So once again, you can just see the map. Race expanding like an octopus. Going K-bot first, again, that's a little surprising. On a map like this, I would think T2 vehicles first would be a bit more ideal, perhaps. But hold that thought, because Lemminkainen is on T2, but he is behind economically once again. Way behind in terms of energy, but also metal, as well as Race expands out on the map. Makes it difficult or impossible to stop him from just spreading like a plague. And now all this metal that has been dropped as a result of this fight, Race can collect this and boost his economy even more. One thing that Race does also that's really nice is building the metal makers, turning the energy into more metal, and also energy storages. Some pyros making it to the front line now, but a sentinel here in addition to these light laser towers. And can the sentinel survive this? No, it will not. He will get that, but unfortunately may not get much else. These pyros took a lot of damage killing that sentinel. And now Race with his trademark assembly line, endless assembly line of units streaming out of his base and just creating a very difficult situation. Lemminkainen does have some defenses, but nowhere near the amount that Race does, so these flashes are going to be able to kill a lot of mexes, I think. And maybe even this advanced construction K-bot. Race isn't careful. It does look like he knows about it. So he's going to chase it down, and this poor thing... No defenses. I don't think the pyros are going to get there in time to stop this. So that advanced construction K-bot... Not long for this world, and once again... Race looking unstoppable. Building a metal storage because he can't even use all the metal that he's currently producing. Over 100 already. That is a terrifying situation to be in at the only around 22 minutes in. So Lemminkainen is on T2 and he is upgrading his extractors quickly. But now warriors and Rockos against pyros. Pyros should win this because they are T2. So that is a nice engagement for the pyros, but now spiders coming out with the EMP pulse. But unfortunately, a couple spiders aren't going to do much. They're not supported by other units. Spiders can only really paralyze. They don't do any actual damage. They need to be paired with damage dealers. Like Mavericks, which is what Race is building. But Race can't even use his metal. He is struggling to use it. He's got so much. He's now building a T2 vehicle plant, but a second metal storage as well. He doesn't want this to go to waste. And maybe needs more construction power. Building bombers as well. 5 construction vehicles on that single aircraft plant. So, Lemminkainen moving in with pyros, but Mavericks are a good counter to pyros. Mavericks can outrange them, and they do so much damage. You can bring them to 0 health in no time flat. This pyro make it close, but it's gonna die. And once again, Lemminkainen is getting some damage done, but not enough, as Race still bringing the raiding parties of flashes onto Lemminkainen's side of the map, and there's just not really enough defense. There are some light laser towers, but they're in specific locations that Race is just avoiding. Using pyros here to help him. Difficult game for sure. He's found something here, but the Dragon Teeth walls are very good against pyros because the pyros takes them forever to kill Dragon's Teeth. So even this one light laser tower is going to be basically impossible to kill without a huge fleet of pyros. And yeah, this geothermal is in trouble. I think this one pyro will be able to save it just barely, but maybe the last flash can kill its remaining health. Lemminkainen doing everything he can to defend what little he has, but now paralyzing this can with spiders, and the Maverick will kill this unfortunate target with absolute impunity. There is a geothermal with the riot cannon upgrade that will maybe stop this for now. But for how long, it's once again a situation where Race is going to start macroing Lemminkainen into oblivion, making ARM look overpowered. EXE said it was a core meta, but Race is making ARM. Making this game look like it's an ARM meta for sure. And now a bomber, a bombing aerial supremacy operation that is brewing On Race's side of the map, continuing to send out more and more Mavericks. Now, the thing is, cans are good against Mavericks because they outrange them and they have enough health to withstand the Mavericks' extremely high DPS. So, Lemminkainen for now will be able to push him off. But as you can see, Lemminkainen only making less than half of the metal and energy that Race is making, and still not even using it. He's floating a lot of metal. Race, on the other hand, has found a way to use all of his metal, building Bulldog. Bulldogs are extremely metal heavy, so that's a good way to... If you're ARM and you're trying to use your metal, spamming Bulldogs is a great way to do it. But now, Race with this bombing run, ready to fly to yellow side of the map, and this could be a game-ending proposition here. I don't think Lemminkainen has any air defense to speak of, not even a single defender, and much less a flak or an eviscerator. I think Lemminkainen is going to see this and probably be terrified because there's just nothing to stop this. He can start throwing out air defense now. He can start building it now, but it could be too late. Geo is going down. Second Geo almost certainly dead. Oh my gosh, and Lemminkainen's energy economy has just been absolutely decimated now. The situation just went from bad to worse, as again, there is just no air defense to speak of. Nothing in the skies to stop Race from absolutely destroying him. He's building a few pulverizers, but Lemminkainen in a horrible position here, as there's again just not much left to prevent Race from just bombing him back into the Stone Age. And Lemminkainen will GG out, as he's just going to lose everything here. A nice game, but Lemminkainen, it looks like he already left. Does take a minute. But guys, once again, Race showing how to play a 1v1 expertly. I'd love to see this man play against Rock. That would just be such a cool matchup between those two players with such similar styles. But again, Race making ARM look overpowered. Guys, thank you again for watching my cast. Join my Discord if you're interested, and I will see you in the next video.